However, many of you know that the most expected event of this year, the Great Live Music Festival, has failed to take place. We decided to know what the musicians, for example, the frontman of Dolphin Band and leader of Matrixx band Gleb Samoilov, think about this, and what would the president of the festival, Ksenia Goryaeva, say on the matter. Ksenia, tell us please, what was the reason of cancelling the Great Live Music Festival this year? The Great Live Music Festival was officially cancelled by the government of Goa without any explanation from its side. The information about the unofficial cancellation of the festival was given to us only on the 1st of February, when the second day of the festival should have taken place. On the first day, on the 31st of January, the people who came to see this festival had to stay at Sun for 4 hours awaiting the entrance to be open. The musicians spent the whole day at the stage awaiting to be led to do their sound checks. And during the whole day of the 31st of January, there was no information from the Goan government. The Russian embassy, the Russian consul in Mumbai, the honored consul of Russia in Goa, they all tried to call to the Minister of Tourism of Goa State, to the Ministry of Tourism of Goa, to know the recent situation on the festival and if we can start. Telephones of the Goan officials were not responding, so we didn't get any exact information for the festival till the 1st of February. It looked like a silent neglectance to our side. Tell us please, were any reasons mentioned by the officials afterwards? Yes, there was a list of absurd and ridiculous-looking reasons, for example, the taxi driver's reason, who are, by my point of view, not tied with the festival at all. And to the opposite, the festival could bring more job and revenue to these taxi drivers, to the employees of the hotels and restaurants. We were accused that our visas are inappropriate to organize the festival. The officials were sure that I was a holder of an employment visa, as I had a business-type visa which couldn't prevent me from working on this festival. And it was a weird fact that there were no claims and objections to my visa type for. And what are the financial losses? If we speak of the losses of the festival organizers, they are around 2 crores rupees. What was the musicians' attitude to cancelling the festival? I should thank the musicians very much. They reacted very adequate and understandingly. But of course, they were shocked, as no one expected the festival to be cancelled. Many of them say that it happened for the first time in their memories. And what about the young music bands? It was a wonderful chance for them to show their abilities. I think Elena can explain this matter. A lot of young bands applied for participating in the festival. Then the gala concert took place in St. Petersburg, where, as a fact, the Indian band Parikrama played as a headliner. Parikrama's participants, by the way, were surprised to know that Russian musicians were treated in this way in Goa, because they admit a very warm welcome in Russia. So then the jury, consisting of Gleb Samoilov, frontman of Matrixx, Dmitry Khokimov, Ksenia Goryaeva and me, chose the best pretendant. This time the band Shiva was chosen. They got the chance to perform at the big venue with such bands as Matrixx, Dolphin, the Brainstorm, such, say, the monsters of Russian rock. The band prepared a program and rehearsed a lot for this event. It could have been a great breakthrough for the young band, but unfortunately it didn't happen. But we hope that the next year, we will be able to give them a second chance. What consequences can this case lead to? Can it affect the relations between Russia and India? The ambassador of Russia in India made an official statement in which he clarified that the cancellation of the event contravenes with the long-term traditions of Russian and Indian friendship. The government of Goa state do always forget that even by official statistics, more than 50% of the tourists visiting Goa are Russians. So that means that Russian tourists bring the financial inflows in Goan tourist sector. If the Russian government uptakes any countermeasures, the Goan state may lose the bulk of its tourists. In these days, did the Goan government change its attitudes towards the festival? It is no doubt that the tone of Russian ambassadors' official statement influenced the attitude of the Goan officials, and they promised their assistance and collaboration in organizing our events in future. Ksenia, tell us please, the popular music bands which were to perform this year, would they take part in future festivals? It is difficult to say anything about the future projects, but for example, the band Brainstorm, who had spent the whole day in flights to come for the festival, they responded positively to my offer to come next year. The same about Dolphin, they would like to perform on the next Great Live music event. So I should admit that generally the lineup of the future festival will partly coincide with the lineup with the festival of Great Live Music 2014.
Ексклюзивно на Гоа ТВ.
The place where we are at the moment, India, especially Goa, is quite mysterious place, and interesting things may happen here. What happened here is one of such things, and the cancellation of such global event can happen only here. It is of course very pity that we couldn't play for people who especially came for this event, for this particular event, and who wanted to watch us in this environment. It is really pity, as many of them, by the way, flew on by the same flight as we did. This shows that the corruption in this world climbed to enormous level. This problem shall be decided by the Goan government and probably from the Russian side as well. What do you think? May this situation impact Indian-Russian relations? I think that in sphere of business and tourist it may. As recently, lots of things depend on Russians tourists here. Such kind of events may cause outflow of tourists from Goa, which may influence the economics of Goa state. I hope that relations between common people will not be changed, so people will be generous to each other, and that when situation becomes harsh, it is not good for all. Please say, if the next year this event will be organized again, and as we know already it will be organized, will you perform there? Of course, we think that we should finish what we have intended to. We will definitely come.
Ексклюзивно. Ексклюзивно на Гоа ТВ.
We should have performed at the first day of the festival. We did sound check, lights check, everything was okay. Everything was as it should be. Everything was in a real, adult's way. I feel abused for this situation. I feel that attitude of locals to Russians changed a lot during the last year. That story with the taxi drivers and that aggression, I don't understand why. That's very strange. Maybe this is the influence from the governments of Goa attitude. What do you think if such an attitude of government may cause the deterioration of Indian-Russian relations? It already caused. As I heard, Russians are not recommended to visit Goan resort. If next year the festival will be organized again, will you come? We will come, of course, if we are invited. How do you see Goa in future? Will it become a standard tourist resort, or it will keep its sacred atmosphere? If everything goes this way, it will lose both the tourists' inflow and its secrecy as well.
Ексклюзивно на Гоа ТВ.